Shut up, be quiet. Shh. Shut up, stop crying. Shh. You don't wanna.
I'm trying to say to African Tigress is that pain you feel when people talk about you is exactly the same pain other people feel when you talk about them. So it is do me I do you, God no go vex. Yes. So African Tigress, you remember the time you came out telling us about Wodemaya. Everybody knows about that one. I don't even want to explain it. There is no name on this earth that you did not call Wodemaya. Is it the short put? Is it the dwarf? Name them names you have called this guy. You think this guy is not a human being? He's a human being and he fell. That pain. He fell into his bones. Just because he did not come out to say, oh, this thing is paining me, what African Tigress said about me.
So that is African Tigress for you. The lady who specializes in abusing people online, writing nasty comments on her community post about people. That is she. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be listening to me from. This is Nyabohanse coming to you live from wherever I may be. Welcome to my channel. For my wonderful subscribers, kudos, welcome. For those who are listening for the first time, welcome also. Continue to support my channel. Please watch up to the very end. And if you have not subscribed, please hit the subscribe button. If you have watched it, you are my subscriber, please share my video. Please hit the like button. And let's move. Let's move as we wait for this lady to come back and abuse or insult us, our families, our ancestors, our mothers, our brothers, our friends, like she said. That is the lady herself. So we are so scared. Yesterday morning, African Tigress came and sent shivers down our spines. Oh my God, I'm really so scared because I really don't know what she can do. I don't know what she will do. I don't know. She has said she will do her worst. We are waiting for that bombshell. I'm really looking forward to this bombshell from African Tigress. But from this video at the beginning from you know who, you can see that this lady is a seasoned insulter. Seasoned insulter. She insults people online and then goes and does a live. What is it that Dee Mwango did that got her so fired? So fired that she did a 3-hour live session. Was it because of a thumbnail? A thumbnail that she created by AI? I've gone through so many of her videos, so many of these videos to see what it is that Dee said about her that got her so fired. I'm still looking, I'm researching. And one thing I've realized on the YouTube streets, that people copy each other. People copy each other, people learn from each other. People use other people's material to develop themselves. That is learning. That is why YouTube is there. Even when you go to school, you don't come with your original information. We are using information from other people, things they created, things they invented. My God, the copyright strike lady. I've looked at titles. There are so many titles that are similar. There are so many titles that are so similar and almost similar. There are even thumbnails that are almost similar. So what is this thing of, oh, she used my thumbnail, or she... Just tell somebody, use my thumbnail, remove it. Huh? Like for example, when I plant dragon fruits in my garden or tomatoes, my friend or neighbor might see what I've done and decide to do the same, because they have seen that that product is doing well. For example, you African Tigress, you started planting avocados because you saw that it was doing well for others. You saw it from another person and decided to replicate it in your own garden. The only difference in farming is that you cannot give somebody a corporate strike in farming You cannot come and pull down their garden. You cannot come and pull down their farm the way you can do on YouTube, have YouTube pull down somebody's video. You can't do that in the farm. But you have planted avocados. Were you born planting avocados? You saw it from somebody. You copied it from somebody. Did that person come and point at you and tell you are copying my planting style? No. You copied from somebody, you learned from somebody and used it in your own garden. So making a 3-hour video because somebody used your thumbnail is really so interesting. And for a so-called educated person, abusing people online was a bit uneducated. Uneducated. Education is supposed to remove some things out of you and polish you. But yesterday, I did not see that polishness at all. For a lady who claims to be educated versus an uneducated person, who claims that she has traveled the world, that has not made an impact in your life. Because you're still that same village girl that I used to see doing videos in Kisumu on a motorbike. The same person. You have not changed. How can you say somebody is uneducated when you yourself behave in such an uneducated manner? Calling people skunks, minions, I don't know what. I don't even want to mention the number of insults you used. So, what would you like to call yourself? At least a skunk is better because a skunk uses that natural smell, that strong smell, repulsive smell that God gave it. It uses it to defend itself. That is nature. How about you? How about you? I can say you are much worse than a skunk. If there's anything that's worse than a skunk, please viewers tell me, because that is what this lady is, worse than a skunk. I admire the skunk for the way it defends itself. You know, you come for it thinking that it's something you're going to step on, but what it does to you, will stay on you until you wash your clothes and you wash yourself. That is the skunk for you. So, we don't mind being the skunk team. You talk about Dee Mwango's subscribers coming for you, her minions coming for you. How about you? Let's listen to this video.
Don't know why. Why is it that African Tigress subscribers, they are so aggressive? Very aggressive people. I have blocked them. I have hide them in my channel. I don't know how many. I don't know how many of these African Tigress fans I have hidden. People are so aggressive like this. You think that other people don't have ways to attack? If you are supporting somebody, support the person, but it doesn't give you the guarantee to be insulting people.
So why did I play this nasty woman's video on my channel? Because I want to prove a point. African Tigress kept talking about Dee Mwango's subscribers, how they are going to come for her, and if they come for her, she's going to fight them, she's going to abuse them, she's going to insult them, etc., etc. But what do we see from this lady? That this lady, it has basically grown online by insulting people. Insulting people. This is what she does. And she's complaining about Dee Mwango's followers. And look at her own followers. They are just as aggressive. So how do you benefit? By coming online to expose private conversation that you had that went on between you and Dee. How does that make you any better? So Dee told you about Sean Arwa. What was your reply? Because you sat there and talked about it. I don't think you just kept quiet. Did you just keep quiet when she came and told you how she saw Sean Arwa and how she looked? Did you just keep quiet? You must have responded. How come you have not shown us the response that you gave? How come you have not shown us the response that you gave? You are good at exposing what other people said in a private conversation that has nothing to do with what is going on right now. So what did you say? What part of the conversation did you contribute? Because if you kept quiet and said nothing, you should have told us that. It is true you were close to Dee, and she told you about JT. And she also told you how she made $10,000 for the first time. That was true. Was that a lie? Was it a scam? No, it was true. She showed it to you. So how did she use JT? JT was Dee Mwango's boyfriend at that time. So she benefited from that relationship, yes, and she realized that and she told you about it. But didn't JT also benefit from that relationship? They both benefited from each other. So you cannot come and say, oh, she uses people, oh, she uses men. JT benefited from that that relationship. He started a channel. The channel grew. He is basically benefiting from YouTube, courtesy of Dee Mwango. So how did she use him? She even gave him money. You said it. She also said it. He also said it. So who benefited here? The fact is, she created content. She created content with JT. So suppose she just met JT and they sat there looking at each other in a room without making any content. Would she have made the 10,000? So JT does not create content. Knowing JT does not create content. Having a relationship does not create content. You create content from that. And that is basically what Dee Mwango did. She used her head and her brain to create content from the relationship she had with JT. And JT also used that relationship to create his content for his own YouTube channel. So it was a win-win situation. How about yourself? You said yourself that your boyfriend was the one sponsoring your journeys. So can we say you were using him? Are you still with him? Or you have another? Weren't you using him? Because using somebody's money that he has made, you're using his credit card to pay for things. Why? What were you doing? You were not his wife. You were not his wife. So you were using this person to travel and make content for yourself. So you are using another person. So you are good at pointing fingers at other people, but you're not pointing at yourself, because you also use somebody to get money, to travel, and therefore create content. What is this thing of she only knows how to create content about relationships? When her channel, there are no views, she starts a relationship. But if that is what brings views to her channel, if that's what brings traffic to her channel, so what? Why don't you also try that and see if it will not bring traffic to your channel? Because maybe that's your problem. That's your problem. You are a jealous woman. That is your problem. As far as I'm concerned, someone who stores your conversation, the private conversation you had with her as a friend, then comes out to release them to score a point is worse than a skunk to me. Somebody who you talk to as a friend, you're discussing things, you're discussing your secrets, you're talking about things that you will not tell another person. Then when you have an issue with her, she comes out and spews this online to score a point and show people nasty things about you. That person is worse than a skunk and is not worth being called a friend or even an enemy. She is more evil than an enemy. You'd rather have an enemy than have somebody who does these kind of things. So yes, educated lady, you might be as educated as you want to be, but the fact is you are worse than a skunk. I'm still looking for a name for you. Now let's go to the thumbnails. I went back to look at the bushmeat thumbnails that people take. The most popular and common ones are: 1, people posing with the animal carrying it; either one person or two people. 2, somebody lying next to the carcass of the animal that they want to make a thumbnail with. Or 3, somebody just sitting next to that animal and taking a picture for their thumbnail. There are those who take thumbnails while they are eating. There are those who take thumbnails next to the roasted or dried ones. But these are the most common thumbnails that people use when they're talking about bushmeat. So, if Dee got that lady to stand holding that bushmeat, and she held the other one, it is almost looks like yours, but it's not exactly like yours. Like I said, we learn from each other. So if I look at this pose and I find that it's nice for me, I can reinvent it and use it as my original thumbnail because I'll have reinvented it. And like I said, what is wrong with that? We learn by copying, by imitating, by looking at each other, by reading from others. That's how we learn. That is how mankind has learned over and over the ages, including you. The Chinese have learned from America, from Germany, from England, UK, by copying, imitating, and using that to recreate their own. So look at their flagship phone, Huawei. They learned from Samsung, and what have they done? They improved on it and created their own Huawei brand. How about the vehicle industry? Look at electric vehicles today. Who did they learn from? Tesla. And what are they doing now? They are now creating their own electric vehicle brands. Those ones that are even competing and giving Tesla a run for their money. We all learn from others. We learn by imitation. We learn by looking. We learn by copying others. And we learn by recreating. So African Tigress, you are an educated woman, but you are not behaving like one. If people were to make lives, pull down people's channels because of their thumbnails or because their thumbnails have been copied, oh my God, we would have a big serious war on YouTube. In fact, we would have a YouTube First World War. Because I looked around and saw that many of the titles are similar. Many titles are similar. Many thumbnails are almost similar. But I've never heard of people pulling down other people's channels because they have imitated or copied their thumbnails. No, I've not. In fact, this is something I've heard from these little YouTubers. I'm calling themselves little because they see themselves as big because they have 300 plus subscribers. But the fact is, there are some people out there who have millions of subscribers. They don't pull other people's channels down. They don't. They are the bigger brothers and sisters. Like you said, somebody told you, be the bigger sister. But I can see you don't know how to be the bigger sister. So be the smaller sister and do the little things, throw tantrums like little sisters do. I think that suits you more. Like you said, you gave Brenda a strike. But this is not the first time you have done that to people. This is not the first, is not the second, is not the third. Like Brenda said, when somebody disagrees with you, does not agree with you, or says something that is counter you, you go back to that person's channel and start giving strikes. That is your speciality. That is not your that is your speciality. And being involved in big wars, you have been involved in abuses with so many other YouTubers. Dee Mwango is not the first one. So that is you. Jealous woman. This is what happens with people who come from humble beginnings. When they get big, they assume that now they are untouchable, they are unreachable. My dear, 300 and something subscribers is not the end of the road. The road is still very, very long. And somebody might catch up with you before you even say Jack Robinson. If you know the story of the tortoise and the hare was very, very fast. He was overconfident. He thought he was going to make it, so he decided to take a nap. And what did slow tortoise do? Caught up with him, bypassed him, and won the race.
We dey see you say you be big YouTuber. You are a big YouTuber. As we see, as people they follow subscribers on the street, they say you are a big YouTuber. You should I feel somehow like to go give someone that is not even going to get maybe 5K on that your video strike. You know it's painful to talk about someone. Why do you also talk about people? You were talking because Modesta made that your video that why you give that Ghana boy strike. You went immediately to your community and you posted, you said, try harder. Maybe one day you will make it.
So you heard that from the demon herself. African Tigress is known for giving people strikes, targeting small YouTubers. She wants to show that she's a big YouTuber. You show you are big by stepping on small people. You want to show you're big by crushing small people, crushing the opposition. You're like a dictator who wants to grow, make herself more powerful by crushing the opposition. So look at that Ghanaian reactor who reacted about you. In fact, I remember you even had some showdown with some Ghanaian reactor. I can't remember his name. I've been trying to remember that man's name. I cannot remember him. I can't remember his name. His name just slipped my mind. This man who used to do reaction with the Lazy Gang. I don't know what it is that she did to African Tigress, and African Tigress wrote a very bad post about him. And do you know what that man did? He gave African Tigress nicely. He gave her a description that befits her. I've looked for that post. I wish I had screenshotted it. I have looked for it and I can't find it. I must have deleted it. Told her how she looks like a man. Told her so many things. In fact, that man gave her nicely, and that's what African Tigress needs. Because she thinks she can crush people, she can talk nastily to people, she can hit on small YouTubers. She is not targeting big YouTubers because she knows those ones can also give it to her. She is targeting small YouTubers. Those are the ones she gives strikes every day. She wants to give small YouTubers a strike so her presence can be felt, so people can fear her and shiver. And when she comes online, she tells you how she's going to insult you together with your mother and your father and your sister and your brother and your ancestors and your grandparents. That's her trademark. Insulting people. That is her trademark. So when I saw this, I knew that is African Tigress doing her thing, the thing she always does, showing people her power and might and telling people that I have arrived. You have not arrived yet, my dear. You're far from arriving. You still have to struggle like everybody else. You travel, yes. But if you're not struggling, you should be relaxing, enjoying what you have made, enjoying your money. Like Elon Musk, enjoying his money. But you, what is your money doing for you? You're still traveling. You're still maybe using your boyfriend's credit card. Who knows? You have not made it. So why is it that someone or the other is always abusing you? Why is it that you are always at war with small YouTubers? Why is it that you feel that your greatest weapon is abusing people? In fact, you kind of remind me of just one person, Black Demon TV. Black Demon, you and Black Demon are the same. The same. In fact, I'm shocked that she really did a lot of reaction about you. You are the same. Like I said, why is it that someone is always abusing you? It does not necessarily have to be Dee Mwango's follower or subscriber, but in your mind, when anybody abuses you, you automatically think it is Dee Mwango who has sent her subscribers to abuse you. So like you say, Dee Mwango is always following you. You are her inspiration. For you, Dee Mwango is your threat. Your threat. You are an evil, conniving woman. You are an evil woman. That's why you're always fighting with the young YouTubers. You're always chasing after young YouTubers. You're always pulling down their channels, pulling down their content, giving them strikes. What kind of, who is worse than this? Who is worse than this? Who can be more evil than this? So if you call somebody evil, your evil is worse. It's worse than any evil. You should be compared to one of the worst dictators ever to walk this earth. So think of that dictator, subscribers, and tell me its name or his name, because that is the one that we can compare with this woman, who's always out to crush the opposition, crush small people, crush them so that she can rise and show how powerful she is on the YouTube street. So I'll go back again to what you said at the beginning of your life, that someone once told you to be the bigger sister. Well, my dear, you don't have to be the bigger sister, because you cannot be a bigger sister. You don't know how to be a bigger sister. You can be the smaller sister. You can be the smallest sister. Whine your life away as you travel. Continue to entertain us with your abuses, your insults. We are waiting. My dear village girl, we are waiting. The sad thing is, the village girls who make it can never forget the village and always want to crush people in the village so they don't catch up. I saw this village girl from the time she started her channel, riding on a motorbike in Kisumu, shooting all kind of nonsense videos. And I thought, this girl, if she makes it, she might be somebody. But look at what she's become, a dictator on YouTube. If she had a throne, she would be worse than some of the worst kings that ever lived on earth. Crushing small YouTubers, making a live to abuse somebody. For what? For a thumbnail? For a thumbnail that any AI can produce? If you go to ChatGPT today, I create something from there. Somebody else goes there with the same specification. AI will give you the same thing with just slight variations. AI will give you the same thing. So if you're using AI, know that. If I write something, a letter of application or a CV or something, and give specifications to AI, if somebody else goes and gives the same specifications, AI will give you an almost similar thing. And that's why when you read or see something that has been created by AI, you will know, because there are certain things that they do that are similar. So if you created a thumbnail using AI, then, my dear, we are going to have so many other versions of that thing that you feel you created. Creative woman, educated woman. My God, you think spewing somebody thinks conversations about your friend on YouTube will make you stronger? It will not add anything to your table. I wonder how many dollars that live you did added to your table. I wonder. So my dear subscribers, I don't usually talk about African Tigress. I don't even watch her. I used to watch her a long time ago, but I stopped watching her for my own reasons, which I will not say here. But this was just a shocker. I thought she was going to come with things and table and show us, okay, I did this, Dee Mwango did this. So apart from the welcome to Nigeria thumbnail that she supposedly stole from you, and the bushmeat thumbnail that she supposedly stole from you, what other thing did she steal from you? What other thing did she steal from you? And that tells us something. Hey, you even broadcaster's title to show that Dee Mwango copied Caster's title. But those titles, if you just go back online and see how many of those titles are there on the YouTube street. See how many. So basically, you say Dee Mwango follows you. How do you know about these titles? And how do you even know that this one looks like this person's? Because you're also following her. You're obsessed with her. You want to find out what she's doing. You want to hear what she's saying. Sorry, my dear. Sorry, my dear. It does not work like that. Meanwhile, we are waiting for your moto. We're waiting for your fire of insults. Bring them. Bring them, my dear. Bring them. So my ladies and gentlemen, my wonderful subscribers, my wonderful listeners, this lady went too far. Went too far. And that is my take. And may God bless you.